Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel, Football Therapy, with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that... Look, you might notice a tube around the back of my neck. I am wearing a 24-hour blood pressure monitor. Anthony Taylor has put my health in the bin. Unrelated, although I say unrelated, definitely could have contributed. Don't worry, I'm okay, but I do need to monitor my blood pressure. Covering Chelsea, quite literally, is bad for your health, and I'm a walking example of that with this bloody thing strapped to me. Welcome back to Chelsea News, though, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about the Blues, giving you my opinion on it. Kante out, Frankie de Jong still the main target, Thomas Tuchel new contract, Chelsea closing in on a new signing. Perhaps not the ones you thought about. What's going to happen? Thank you for joining me. Settle in, drop a like if you want to show your support of the content. It means a lot to me, your host Jan. You're welcome to subscribe, and should you choose to do so, baby girl, hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. L'Equipe, French publication, reporting that N'Golo Kante will be out for up to a month with a hamstring injury. Of course, he came off against Tottenham, limping, and an off the ball incident, which is straight up, you know, you've done a muscle essentially. Excuse me, I got really bad hay fever today, so quite nasally. Yes, it's really frustrating for us because Kante in Chelsea colours at the moment, he goes from looking like, oh, he's back, he's really good, Tuchel loves him, we love him, he's playing really well against Tottenham, to oh, he's injured again, and he's off and he's going to be out for weeks. This is probably why, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are really, really prioritising a midfielder, an elite level midfielder. Conor Gallagher could become really important. Ruben Loftus-Cheek looks like he's the ultimate utility man for Thomas Tuchel in terms of playing that almost hybrid role of right wing back to inverting to a sort of number 8. And then opposition players and managers don't know what to do with him. So that's super interesting. But we do need that guaranteed starting level, you know, superstar. And if Kante is going to be on the treatment table all the time, maybe this is why Frankie de Jong remains such a big possibility for Chelsea, or a big target. A big target. Ben Jacobs tweeting this: Barcelona expected to start Frankie de Jong against Real Sociedad on Sunday, but he remains Chelsea's midfield priority. No, it's not true that Thomas Tuchel cooled his interest last week. Chelsea and Manchester United are waiting to see if a move is still possible. Frankie de Jong is clear that he wants to stay at Barcelona, but on his current terms. In a meeting last week, it was reiterated, pretty bullishly, to Barcelona that Frankie de Jong will not take a pay cut. Good on him, by the way. Freaking yeah, man. Don't take a pay cut. You could take the money that you agreed. Sorry for sniffing. I know it's annoying. Dynamite, mate. I've really got to apologise. Told it was also added that any further discussion must come after deferred wages are paid. You gotta love that. F you, pay me. As the lyric goes. A lot depends on Barcelona's likelihood of signing Bernardo Silva. City would hold out for a big fee. Barcelona are way off at the moment. Silva wants the move but won't force an exit. Barcelona are going to have to find funds, hence why they want to sell Frankie de Jong. As previously reported, the key to a Frankie de Jong exit is Barca forcing him out. He has never been told to his face by Barca that they want him to leave. Xavi is also unsure letting him go is a good idea. They just see him as a really sort of valuable, sellable asset that can sort out all their things, their issues, without pulling particular financial levers. I think Chelsea might try to be negotiating, well, to be honest, Chelsea are more likely trying to negotiate a deal for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in relation to Marcus Alonso going the other way before the transfer window closes. I can see Alonso is going to go to Barcelona as far as I'm concerned. Thomas Tuchel has spoken about that. How about he literally said he's finalising his move to Barcelona. knowing that the club are negotiating that, and we're probably, obviously, it might be a bit too complicated to get Frankie de Jong the other way, but certainly not Aubameyang, who can't be worth that much. Reports suggesting that they want like 30 million euros for Aubameyang. Chelsea were like willing to offer like 10 million pounds. You know, he's a 33-year-old. They know he's on massive wages and maybe could do with getting him off the books. So that's an interesting one. You do feel like there has to be a deal able to be done. Is that English? You'd feel there's a deal to be done there regarding Alonso, Aubameyang, and maybe a little bit of cash. Of course, goals win games, so Aubameyang will be worth a lot of money. Alonso is younger though, and Alonso, unlike Aubameyang, is a Premier League and Champions League winner. Whatever your opinions on Marcus Alonso are, that is the truth, baby girl. He is a Premier League winner. Frankie de Jong is not dead in the water, ladies and gentlemen, but good on him for standing his ground to Barcelona, saying, no, not only will I not take deferred wages, we can only discuss a transfer. We can only discuss helping you out after you pay me my 20 million euro deferred wages, which you've got to love. And why stand your ground? Don't be bullied. Big up yourself. Oh, Jesus. Chelsea's new ownership willing to double Thomas Tuchel's current contract at Stamford Bridge. An exclusive by Andy Dillon of The Sun. Chelsea have opened talks with the manager Thomas Tuchel about doubling the length of his contract. As boss, the coach who won the second Champions League title has 2 years left on his existing deal, but negotiations are already underway into adding another 2 seasons as a reward for his success and commitment. The outspoken German stood by Chelsea even when the club's existence was in doubt earlier this year. Look, man, it goes on to say they're really, really impressed the ownership of how Thomas Tuchel navigated such turbulent times with Chelsea Football Club, with the sanctions, the takeover, etc., etc. They've got a long-term vision. The new owners, Todd Boehly and Clearlake, they've got a long-term project. And make no bones about it, don't get it twisted, there's one man they want leading that charge, and it's Thomas Tuchel, and they want to reward him accordingly by giving him an extended, longer contract. Dude, watching Erik ten Hag, who, by all accounts, is a good coach, come to the Premier League and be like, uh-oh, it's made me cherish Thomas Tuchel even more. He came to the Prem, he knew the dangers immediately, and he was like, this is an absolute landscape of potential disaster, this Premier League. The quality, the speed, the physicality, the tactics. We are not going to get slapped about here, and we didn't. And Thomas Tuchel has been magnificent for Chelsea in that sense. And someone watching like Ten Hag, who I know is a good coach. Yes, United is an absolute crap show, but still, it's made me think, wow. And of course, again, I was listening to so many like post-mortems of the Chelsea-Tottenham game, like analysts, pundits, journalists. They're all like waxing lyrical about, both coaches being tactically brilliant, of course, in Conte and Tuchel. Tuchel absolutely out-tacticked Antonio Conte at Stamford Bridge. Like, the tactics Chelsea were employing were immaculate. They completely countered a very good Tottenham side, who's in form and high confidence, and of course took great controversy to win that, or to win. They say it's a win, to draw that game. But yeah, Thomas Tuchel was magnificent, and he demonstrated his fierce character on the touchline as well, and that's great. That's why it is a contributing factor to why fans love him, and why fans love Antonio Conte the way we did as well. I have no problem with Maurizio Sarri. I do like the whole football purist thing, but he just wasn't interested in any emotion. He was just, and it's really hard to connect with a coach like that when you're a fan, especially in the stadium. So we love to see that passion from Thomas Tuchel, and the fact how he's being rewarded with a new long-term contract is really good news, and hopefully will settle him down more. He'll feel comfortable looking more on the long-term project, and that sort of coincides with Chelsea buying, loads of younger players, and that takes us on to the next part of the video. So this is coming from Fabrizio Romano, of course, transfer guru extraordinaire. He's talking about the Inter youngster, Cesar Casade, if that's how you pronounce it, or Cesare. It could be Cesare, to be honest. You let me know in the comments. Has agreed personal terms with Chelsea on a 6-year deal. Decision made. He's not joining Nice or Sassuolo. I don't know if you can hear that. My blood pressure monitor has literally just started pumping up now. Excuse me. It would be so funny if you can hear it. But yeah, right now my arm is being squeezed while I'm trying to film a Chelsea video, and talk about Fabrizio Romano. So this this youngster on a 6-year deal, he's agreed personal terms. The decision is made. He's not joining Nice or Sassuolo, as Chelsea are closing in on a deal to sign Inter's 2003 born talent. Next official bid will be the right one to complete the deal for 15 million euros plus add-ons. Now, I believe this youngster did well in the Under-19s World Cup. He's looked at and respected as a really bright young talent. You know, you add him to Chukwuemeka, Slanina, Mari Hutchison, we signed from Arsenal. Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel, I think more notably here, the ownership in Todd Boehly, Igbali, all them gang, they're building for the future. They're trying to see a long-term project. They're trying to get super talented youngsters, and with that, they're trying to lock down Thomas Tuchel on a super long-term contract. Let's move on. It's not just the youngsters, of course. We are looking for a defender. People are still keeping a very close eye to the Wesley Fofana story. He looked like he said goodbye to the Leicester faithful. The away, I think it was the away fans at Arsenal when they got beaten up over there, and people are assuming that's it. He's done. Leicester, Brendan Rodgers has come out again and said, "Look, we can't buy until we sell." Well, this is your opportunity to sell, Brendan. For, by the way, over the odds. No matter how good in terms of potential Wesley Fofana is, you're going to make a lot of money by selling him to Chelsea. He wants to come to Chelsea. He's been upset with Leicester that they're seemingly blocking a dream come true move. That's what it's being touted as to Chelsea. We've seen the pictures of him in a Chelsea shirt as a kid. He knows what Chelsea represents. Recent Champions League winners, you know, Southwest London, you know, the big lights of London, etc., etc., etc. He wants to come. He feels like it's a real beyond fair, you know, fee being offered by Chelsea. And they clearly need the money so they can buy again to abide by financial fair play. I believe that deal will still happen. I don't know. I think Frankie de Jong's unlikely, but Chelsea may still sign a midfielder. Obviously, we've signed this kid, developing for the future. And there's still a big chance we'll sign maybe a right wing back. Although Ruben Loftus-Cheek does look like he can deputise there very well. Like I said earlier in the video, in that kind of like really promising hybrid role. And a striker, you know, I genuinely do really think Thomas Tuchel wants Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll, of course, keep you guys updated on all the stories as they develop. So keep yourself locked to this channel. Turn the bell notifications icon on. Sweet bell. When you subscribe. Thank you for liking the video. And I think we're done, bro. So look after yourselves. When the news drops, I'll be here. So hopefully you will too. All right. Peace.